As we approach spring break, it's about time we start planning that much needed vacation. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we share the best places to visit during spring break. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So firstly, we have San Diego. Spring is the ideal time to visit San Diego. This is when the weather is perfect. Not too hot, but warm enough to enjoy all of the outdoor activities. Spend a day at the San Diego Zoo before learning about the history of the city in Old Town San Diego. Take a stroll through Balboa Park, catch a game at Petco Park, and then head to the Gaslamp Quarter as the sun sets. Then we have Orlando, Florida. Orlando and Florida can be visited all year round, but the weather is great during spring break. This is the perfect time to visit for families as you beat the summer heat, but can also spend your days exploring the many theme parks here without too many crowds compared to those summer months. Of course, Walt Disney World and Universal Studios are the most popular places to visit during your spring break, but we also recommend checking out the activities along International Drive. We actually have a whole blog post about the things to do on International Drive over on our blog Creative Travel Guide. I will leave the link to that in the description below. Then we have New York City. We all love New York City, but visiting in the spring break is the perfect time for first-time visitors. Firstly, the city is just warming up, so you can enjoy the outdoor activities and get around the city by foot whilst only needing a light jacket. The city is also not as crowded as other times of the year. Begin your trip by heading to the Statue of Liberty and book those tickets in advance to head up to the Crown. Walk across Brooklyn Bridge, head up the Empire State Building, and see the bright lights of Times Square. Spend some time walking through Central Park, visit the Grand Central Terminal, and then jump on the Staten Island ferry for great views of the city skyline. You can save money on visiting many of the city's sites by getting a New York City Pass. We will leave the link to that in the description below. Then we have Hawaii. Enjoy the Polynesian culture in Hawaii, experience the unique marine life, try all the local foods, and go snorkeling before relaxing on the white sandy beaches here. Take a tour to the Volcano National Park, enjoy the many resorts available for families, and then explore the USS Arizona Memorial. For an interesting spring break, why not visit the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. is a great place to spend time with family as there are so many amazing museums and historic destinations to explore. There are so many museums to choose from in Washington, with our favourites being the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History as well as the National Air and Space Museum. You can also spend time visiting the memorials like the impressive Lincoln Memorial and then head to the National Zoo. Because it is baseball season during spring break, you can also catch a Washington Nationals game, which we highly recommend, and make sure to catch the President's Race. Then we have Seattle, Washington. Seattle is often overlooked for a destination for spring break because of the wetter weather it has compared to other destinations on this list. However, this is the ideal time to visit as there are much fewer crowds than the summer months. Take time to visit Pike Place Market and then head up the Space Needle without the many tourists that visit during the summer months. Visit the Seattle Aquarium and the Seattle Children's Museum if you are heading here with family, and then spend some time visiting the Woodland Park Zoo. There is also a city pass for Seattle and other cities mentioned in this video, so I will leave a link to all of those in the description below. Yellowstone National Park is a breathtaking national park to explore, and spring is the perfect time to visit. Some roads are still closed, but many areas are open and you can see the incredible wildlife located here during this time. Plus, there are fewer crowds and road traffic so that you can have a more peaceful experience at Yellowstone National Park. This is also the perfect time for bird watching, and kids can enjoy the Junior Ranger program too. If you don't mind a long-haul flight during the spring break, why not head to London, England? This is when the weather is starting to warm up in the UK and London is coming to life again after the wet, cold winter. Head to the Tower of London, catch a West End show, and then spend some time exploring Covent Garden. Harry Potter fans can enjoy a day at the Warner Brothers studio tour, whilst families can have fun at the London Zoo. Visit the many museums in London, many of which are free may I add, and enjoy at least one afternoon tea during your time in the city. Then we have Chicago, Illinois. Spring break is a great time to visit cities in the United States, as the temperatures are still cool, so you can walk around without the crowds and the heat of the summer months. Explore the Field Museum, stroll through Millennium Park, and take some time visiting Navy Pier. Go window shopping along Magnificent Mile, visit the Lincoln Park Zoo, and then catch a game at Wrigley Field. Another great place to explore during the spring break is Houston, Texas. Become an astronaut for the day at the Johnson Space Center before visiting the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Catch a game at Minute Maid Park, go shopping in the Galleria, and then enjoy a trip to the Houston Zoo. Enjoy as much local food as you can and get yourself the city pass to enjoy the sights like the downtown aquarium at discounted rates. If you are looking to go somewhere further afield, why not head to Japan during spring break? The spring is a great time to visit Japan because this is cherry blossom season, an iconic time to visit places like Tokyo and Osaka. Spend time in the cities, taste as much local food as you can, and visit the many historic temples and gardens here. There are so many great places to visit in Japan, but we recommend spending most of your time in Tokyo to get a real understanding of local life whilst experiencing the many things to do in the city. New Orleans is another great place to visit during spring break. This is when the weather is getting warmer and Mardi Gras crowds have died down, so you can experience a slightly more affordable visit to New Orleans. Explore the French Quarter whilst you are here, enjoy the live music each night, and sample as much local food as you can. Take a swamp tour out to the Louisiana swamps to see wildlife like alligators, birds, and turtles. Then make sure to visit the Garden District, a charming neighborhood of beautiful mansions and lush gardens. And finally, another great place to visit during spring break is Las Vegas. Las Vegas can be visited all year round, but there is something really fun about visiting during spring break. The weather stays fairly cool compared to the summer months, but of course there are plenty of things that you can see and do whilst you're in Las Vegas. Get yourself a hotel room on the Strip so that you can see the bright lights of the Strip and visit all of those hotels and casinos every night, catch a show like a Cirque du Soleil, and then visit the Fremont Street Experience. Watch this video to find out about the 20 most amazing places to visit in the United States. Then, to learn about the 20 best national parks in the United States, watch this video. We hope you have an incredible spring break no matter where you choose to go to, and stay creative.